creatures of the tired, wasted mind of retired suburban workers, drown out the adventures planned by inspired dreamers, bounce off the walls of shopping malls, guide us to our purchases. I wonder where it comes from. Is it greed or is it anger? Hatred born from a culturally taught fear of the stranger, or the slow creep of history manifesting as we grow. Self-hatred externalized, feed a macho ego. These walls that close around us, we keep them close inside us, and learn to find comfort in the limits they provide us. To chant out or ignore those who step to break the silence, and cheer those we pay to maintain a downward flow of violence. Lean on the flag when it's time to go to war again. Find comfort in the fact you'll probably never feel the burden of these wars, of these laws, of these halls deprived of justice. Ignore the biased failures of the policies before us, linked in life upon this long chain of death and deprivation, and join the rats racing towards twisted affirmation. Rise for the honorable, die for the honor. Place your right hand over your heart and surrender. Is this how you're gonna live your life? Beside the ones who stand to fight for freedom, for the world that we envision, free from poverty and racism, where no journey stalled by separation walls or borders, where the hard work of the long ignored is honored and rewarded. I wonder where it comes from. Is it love or is it anger? Faith in our compassion, the value of a stranger, line with an indignant sense of reason, or a hard built-up rage manifesting as action. These spaces that we build, we must build them together with tools that we can use to empower one another, so our words and our attempts move to breed a generation that will risk more than the ones before to bring about change. As I sing my song to instigate rebellion, the urgent escalation through strategic intervention, for the young, for the old, for the ones trapped in cages, for the tired and depressed, stressed from the turning of the pages, keeping one hand on hope and one hand on reality, to ground my inspiration in the sadness that surrounds me. I am in the world to change the world. My dreams might be big, but I will work to make them possible. And this is how I'm gonna live my life. This is how I'm gonna live my life. This is how I'm gonna live my life. Thank you all. Thank you, Jack, for bringing your guitar, and thank you, Andrew. Yes?
Yeah.
I'm really bad with music.
It's okay.
Thank you for letting me use your guitar. He had a Martin, and I was like,
Yeah, I can understand
I
your
have
choice.
a Martin, and I'm like, oh.
I will make the same choice. Don't worry about that one.
I'm such a sellout. You're like, I brought him a cool guitar with stickers, and he went for the Martin.
Mine's got these long strings.
Typical. So, let's go to the other side of the big picture. Sing a nice, happy, sad song. I wrote this song in, I don't remember what year. probably 2004 or something. And I don't know, I watched this documentary called Life and Debt. It was about what the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund did to Jamaica throughout the 70s and 80s, and how they basically, you know, Jamaica had debt, and they said, oh, you owe us all this money, you're going to have to like start importing all your food from us, and it'll destroy your whole agricultural industry and ability to sustain yourselves. And it's all because you owe the IMF money, which they loaned you when you had a government that was backed by either the US or the British, and probably wasn't even actually elected, and all this stuff. And so it just totally fucked the country up, as the IMF has done pretty much everywhere it's touched. And I was vegan at the time, and I was thinking, how the fuck can I be vegan and buy fruit when I've just learned about the fruit industry and the history of, like, say, bananas. And you learn, like, we have a state in the US, it's called Hawaii. It's in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, right? You probably know this. Most Americans know this too. But we don't know why it's a state. Why is it a state? Well, because the Dole Banana Company invaded it in the 1800s at some point. They were like, this is a fabulous place to take over and grow bananas. We call that a banana republic. Now that's the name of a store, which makes all its clothes in sweatshops. Still fitting, keeping the tradition alive. But that's why Hawaii's a state. And then the US was like, well, just make it a state then. That makes sense. And that's why they have a state in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. So I thought, how can I be vegan and eat fruit, or a lot of other things, or heat my house, for that matter. You learn about the history. And then you realize, yes, okay, you have to actually, like, get involved and fight with people who are fighting and struggle to change things. It's not enough to just change your consumer habits if you're not changing the economic system that's producing them. So I wrote a song about it, which is much shorter than my introduction, called Global Economy. Actually, one more quick story. The band that was just playing, it's called Apolitical. Linda just put that shit on. They're a punk band from my hometown, from Baltimore. And in 1999, I was going to these anarcho-punk shows when I was like 14 or 15. And I saw posters that they were giving out that had a bunch of spiky-haired punks dancing on the ruins of a city. And it basically said, we're going to destroy Seattle, or something like that. And a few months later, the World Trade Organization met in Seattle, and which was the international body that was carrying out this fucked up economic program that I will sing about. And it's true. The punks and the anarchists totally fucking ruined a big part of downtown Seattle, rightfully so, and helped it make headlines and help young people like me watch the news and say, whoa, that's a punk like me. Holy shit. A huge fucking corporate machine is being shut down in Seattle. I'm in. And that changed my life. Here's the song. Story time with Ryan. One cup of coffee, $1.50. Guy who picked the coffee didn't get 3. And he's trying to survive in an industry that doesn't care about people. And he's working on the hills on stolen land, picking at the earth with a scuffed bare hand, sweating for the profits of some rich man that doesn't care about people. You buy a piece of fruit from the grocery store, shipped from Guatemala, Chile, or Salvador. Grown orphan children in the civil wars that were funded by fruit corporations. The global trade system riding on the backs of families packed in wall-less shacks, living in the fear of death squad attacks that are funded by fruit corporations. One pack of t-shirts, $4.50. Girl who sold the t-shirts didn't get 3. And she's stuck in the belly of an industry that doesn't care about people. Bangladesh factory, 16-hour shifts, no overtime breaks or benefits. No, fire her if she gets pregnant, 'cause they don't care about people. New York banks watch the Thai baht grow, and they took high amounts in Thai baht loans, converted into dollars when they got back home, and it put millions into poverty. They paid off their debts in US cash, pocketed the profits in US banks, and the Southeast Asian markets crashed and put millions into poverty. Is there a special term here in the Netherlands for when you steal over a certain amount of money from a store? We call it grand theft in the US, grand larceny. If you steal like over $300 or something. I asked this question once in Atlanta, Georgia. I said, what do you call it when you steal over a couple $100s or something from the store? And this kid was like, shopping. And I was like, gentlemen, this gentleman wins. But we call it grand theft, but when Wall Street does it, they actually made it legal and they call it speculation. So try that next time you get busted. You're like, no, I was just speculating on these goods. I was going to resell them. I thought that was legal, right? That's what the bank does. I think it's only legal if you don't have the money, actually. You know, that's how Wall Street does it. They're like, well, we don't even have any money. It's all fake. So how can we possibly
shoplifting? Shoplifting.
One diamond ring, a few grand. Kid who mined the diamonds lost his hands. It's a message from the soldiers that run the land that are funded by diamond corporations. Wealth derived through poverty from the lingering cuts of slavery in the form of an export economy controlled by diamond corporations. Imperialism in its modern form, deadlock, free market, economic reform, blowing through the global south like a tropical storm, tearing at the seams of culture, from the cluster bomb to the rifle butt, from the gold mine to the clear cut. Capitalism's got the world locked up and it's tearing at the seams of culture.